Hey everyone, and welcome to Icons and Outlaws, your all-access backstage pass to the legends of the music world. I'm your host, Jonathan Sayer.
I'm Jeff.
I am also Logan.
And this is episode 9, Cyndi Lauper. Remember to stay to the end of the episode to listen to our version of Cyndi Lauper's Time After Time, which you can find on Spotify, and our own curated Icons and Outlaws playlist. You can find everything about the show over at iconsandoutlaws.com, and make sure to subscribe and, of course, tell your friends. Hey, Jeff.
Yes, sir.
What is your first recollection of Cyndi Lauper?
My sister playing that Girls Just Want to Have Fun in the 80s over and over and over.
Yeah?
Yeah, I didn't have appreciation for Cyndi until the Goonies soundtrack.
Of course.
But yeah, that Girls Just Want to Have Fun over and over and over, like every 80s girl did, I think.
Of course. What about you there, Logan? Do you even know who Cyndi Lauper is?
Of course I know who Cyndi Lauper is,
Yeah?
man. Yeah, she was the singer for Led Zeppelin.
You suck.
Ah, that's hilarious. Well, so a couple cool things about this and learning about Cyndi Lauper. All right, I've always, appreciated her. But she had a really rough life growing up, like younger, like seriously. And also, her biggest hits came from like her first album and like the Goonies soundtrack. And then she has a bunch of other albums after that, but none of them were ever huge. And it's crazy how she's such an iconic artist, but there's reasoning behind that too, because she's like just involved in a lot of stuff.
Was she before Madonna, or were they the same time?
I'd say right around the same time. I think like Material Girl or like a Virgin and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that came around the same time. I'm not 100% positive, but when we discuss Madonna in a future episode, we will definitely be talking about that. All right, so Cynthia Ann Stephanie Lauper Thornton, buddy, was born in June 22nd, 1953 in Brooklyn, New York City, right here in the U.S., to Catholic parents, Fred and Catrine. Her mother was from Sicily. She has 2 siblings, a younger brother, Fred, nicknamed Butch, and an older sister, Ellen, and her parents divorced when she was only 5 years old. And that's when my parents actually divorced. And yes, that can mess you up, and that's why I do a podcast now.
Yeah, but you get 2 Christmases, 2 birthdays. I mean, how is that messing you up?
Not in my house, you didn't. Yeah. So her earliest childhood days were spent in Brooklyn, but when she was about 4 years old, the family moved to Ozone Park, Queens, right outside of Brooklyn, where she lived in a railroad-style apartment through her teenage years. Growing up, she felt like an outcast. She grew up listening to such artists as the Beatles and Judy Garland.
Judy Garland?
Judy Garland,
you know who that is, Logan?
Is that the drummer of Led Zeppelin?
She was an actor.
Oh, really?
And a Broadway singer, but she's more notably known as an actor in probably one of the biggest movies of all time.
Jurassic Park.
Wow, you were close.
That was very close.
What was it?
We're thinking Wizard of Oz, Dorothy.
She's Dorothy.
Oh, wow, that's an old movie.
Yes. A little bit.
A little different than Jurassic Park. Huh?
Yeah, a little bit. Well, then at only 12 years old, she began writing songs and playing an acoustic guitar that she got from her sister. Started off young, 12 years old, yep. She was primarily raised by her mother, who worked as a waitress to support the family. And Mom loved the arts and frequently took Cyndi and her siblings to Manhattan to see Shakespeare plays or visit art museums. So instilling that art culture in the family. Awesome, right?
Nice.
Super cool. However, Cyndi did not do particularly well in school, okay? She was reportedly kicked out of several schools in her youth, and she was raised in the Roman Catholic faith. So Cyndi recounted in Boze Hadleigh's Inside the Hollywood Closet, the time a nun attacked her after catching a 9-year-old Cyndi scratching a friend's back, just, scratching her back. She's, 9 years old or whatever it is, nothing nefarious about it. Quote, "A nun ran in, ripped me off her back, threw me against the lockers, beat the shit out of me, and called me a lesbian."
Oh,
wow.
Yikes.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not fun. No, that's not fun.
You couldn't do that nowadays.
Yeah.
Now it's 2022.
You shouldn't have done that then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Why are you scratching other people's backs?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. So as many kids do, she expressed herself with various hair colors and eccentric clothing. Nice. She took a friend's advice to spell her name as Cyndi, C-Y-N-D-I, rather than the typical C-I-N-D-Y, right?
How would you spell corn, Logan?
Korn.
That's what I thought.
Nice. Unfortunately, her unusual sense of style led to classmates bullying her and even throwing rocks and stuff at her.
Oh.
Of course, because kids are rough, man.
Yeah,
kids,
they are.
Kids suck.
It sounds like the making of either a superhero movie or a supervillain movie right now.
Correct. Which you tell me which is
All right,
by the
cool.
end of this. Is Cyndi Lauper a superhero or a supervillain?
You got it.
Oh, all right. So she went to Richmond Hill High School, where she was expelled, but later earned her GED. Okay, so she was kicked out of school, but she did get her GED finally. And again, kind of an ongoing trend.
I was just going to say that. I
Yeah.
mean, like, all these iconic artists that we go over, they all dropped out of school at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, they always go back and get their GED, but, like, Dave Grohl, I mean, all of them, they all drop out.
Jay-Z,
And then they become
yeah.
bazillionaires.
Yep.
It's like, maybe there's a method to the
Yeah,
madness. So, kids, if you're listening, drop out of school, pick up a guitar.
So Cyndi revealed that after her stepfather threatened to sexually assault her and her sister and then secretly watched her take a bath,
Oh, boy.
she left home for good. What a creep. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
So Cyndi left home at 17 to escape her creepy-ass father, intending to study art. Her journey took her to Canada. Okay?
Oi.
Yeah. Oi. Is that what they say up there?
Oi.
Welcome to Canada. Oi.
Oi.
Where she spent 2 weeks in the woods with her dog, Sparkle, trying to find herself. She went on a little sabbatical. She wanted to,
Soul searching.
Correct, yeah. And which is fine. I mean,
Did you ever soul search?
yeah, I still haven't found it.
I never did.
Yeah.
I did.
Did you?
Yeah. Skyrim, awesome game.
Nice.
Oh,
nice,
boy.
nice. I like it.
She eventually traveled up to over to Vermont, taking art classes at Johnson State College and supporting herself by working odd jobs. Money was sparse, so she was, she was a waitress, served as an office assistant, and even sang in a Japanese restaurant for a while.
Wow.
Which is kind of cool.
That is kind of
That's
cool.
kind of cool. At one point, her boyfriend at the time hunted and shot a squirrel, which she cooked up and actually ate. That's how bad things kind of were at that point in time.
I do that all the time. How's that bad?
Yeah. Yeah, right. Cyndi also faced an unplanned pregnancy, which she wanted, but her boyfriend did not. So, unfortunately, she terminated the pregnancy.
Oh.
Okay. Nobody wants to run in and do that, she later told HuffPost. It's just that I didn't want to have a kid that I love come into the world and not be able to share the kid with a dad.
It makes sense.
And at that age, not having any money, you know what I mean? Like
we don't need to get into abortion.
Yeah, we definitely want to get into that.
and all
Everyone
that stuff. But, like,
have your own opinions. It's fine.
I mean,
It is what it is.
You got to do what you got to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yes.
So during this period, Cyndi got around by hitchhiking. Okay.
Nice.
And back then, it was a little bit less
do that.
dangerous. I mean, it was still dangerous. You know, a lot of shit still happened,
Yeah.
but it wasn't as dangerous.
Do you remember the movie The Hitchhiker from the 80s?
The Hitcher.
Is it The Hitcher?
Is it a hitcher or a hitchhiker?
I
No,
don't
I think you're
remember.
thinking of the Hitchhiker's Guide to
Yeah,
the
it's
Galaxy.
C. Thomas
it was
Howell.
like a C movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was like no famous actors.
It was Rutger Hauer.
Or it was Rutger Hauer.
Rutger Hauer
yeah.
and C. Thomas Howell.
Yeah. And that was back in the 80s when
Yeah.
that came out, and everyone was like, oh, you can't hitchhike. Oh.
They remade that not too long
Oh, did
ago.
they?
Yeah, and it was still not good.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she did what she has to do. She's hitchhiking around. Unfortunately, she put herself into close quarters with some potentially crappy individuals, such as the man who gave her a ride and forced her to perform a sexual act on him. Quote, I just wanted to be able to live through it. Get to the other side of it. Okay? Like, that sucks. Like, no pun intended. That's just horrible, horrible, horrible. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like I can't even imagine that kind of like, oh my God, if I don't do what this person tells me to do, I may not live through this.
It's too bad she didn't get Chainsaw, because he would have just been so nice and, like, drove her to where she needed to go, probably fed her, tell stories about Candy, the hit. You know what I mean?
You want to hear my friends? They're on a podcast. On another occasion, she was assaulted by a bandmate and 2 accomplices. So she had a rough time, man.
She's rolling some dice
She
there.
really did. Sometimes it all understandably got too overwhelming for Lauper. Quote, a lot of times I couldn't take it anymore, so I would just lay in bed all the time. When I really couldn't deal with anything, I used to get the shakes, just complete anxiety attacks. And it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, it makes sense. In the early 1970s, Cyndi performed as a vocalist with several different cover bands. One of those bands, Doc West, covered disco songs and Janis Joplin. And there was a point to the Janis Joplin thing here, too. So a later band, Flyer, was active in the New York metropolitan area, singing songs by bands including Bad Company, Jefferson Airplane, and Logan's favorite, Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Although she was performing on stage and loving that part, she was not happy singing covers. Okay? I know that feeling.
Yeah.
It tears at your soul. It really does. So one night while singing a cover of Kiki D's I've Got the Music in Me in 1974, her voice gave out. But it came back shortly after, and she continued to sing in cover bands and a Janis Joplin tribute act. Then in 1977, her pipes said no more. Her voice completely disappeared, and the doctors discovered that she'd suffered a collapsed vocal cord.
Oh, wow.
That's like typically career ending.
Wow.
You know
Really?
what I mean? Oh, yeah. Typically, like, you get something like that, you got to go in for surgeries and stuff. And this is in 77, which I don't know if they had, like, the most advanced surgeries
Is that from
for
just,
that.
like, using it too much? It just has enough and...
Not singing correctly, abusing your voice, not singing in the right range that you should be in, stuff like that can all kind of...
I think this is a good little side thing for listeners here. How would you sing correctly? Because I'm sure the average person doesn't know. I know I don't know. I know you're not supposed to use your stomach, right?
Well, it's diaphragm.
Okay.
So it's your when you're singing, okay, your body is basically set up as an EQ, okay? Your diaphragm pushes the air out, okay, and goes up through your vocal cords. Your chest is your bass, so that way when you talk, you could get down like this, and so you can hear the bass in my voice right now. Hello, everybody.
It's pretty good.
And then your mids are going to be up in your throat area. Okay, so right now this is my mids, and I'm right here. And then your highs are going to be up here in your nostril area where you can actually hear kind of everything get a little more nasally, a little more higher pitched. So you can actually take it and go, yeah, you know what I mean? That's where you can kind of figure out where your range is at while you're singing.
Okay.
And as you're singing correctly, if you're flat, you want to go up more towards your nose range. You want to make like sing through your nose more. If you're sharp, you want to bring it down to your chest a little bit more. Okay. But singing in range, though, and in the right key, if the key is too high for you, you've just got to drop it down.
So what about like
you know what I mean? If it's like a super high key and you're like straining, like, doing that whole thing, just drop it down. Either find a harmony for it, sing that part of it, or, you know, maybe do a falsetto instead of actually full-blown singing and blowing your vocal cords out, you know? And the same thing with like certain singers, and we'll talk about it here. Janis Joplin, she had that really raspy, harsh, whiskey drinking, cigarette smoking, you know, voice on her.
Right.
And if your voice isn't set up that way, then you're not, if you try to sing like that, you're going to lose your voice. You're going to screw your voice up.
So now what about like metal bands with like screamers and stuff like that? Is there like a whole secret to that?
Well, you'll notice, and we've talked about, Logan and I have talked about this before, a lot of guys, a lot of people that are in like the metal world or whatever, they either sing or they scream.
Yeah.
You get some guys that can sing and scream, but what happens a lot of time is that in their early career, they sing a lot, and you'll notice towards the end of their career, they're not singing so much anymore. It's because all that screaming is destroying their voice. There's only, but there's training you could do. I'm trying to remember the if anybody out there is interested in learning, it's called the Zen of Screaming, and it's a lady who actually taught she taught everybody from the dude from All That Remains, all these different guys how to even though he can't do it anymore. He can't sing anymore.
Yeah.
At least not as well as he used to.
No.
So, but then you got people like Corey Taylor, where that's just a natural, I can do this. But the way he does it, and when you listen to his voice, it sounds like he is going to, just puke his vocal cords up.
I mean, look at Chino. I mean, he gets that high-pitched scream.
Yep.
And he can sing beautifully, but I don't know anymore. I haven't seen him in a while.
Well, you got to remember, too, with Chino, and we're talking about Chino from the Deftones, in the early stages with, Around the Fur and, Adrenaline?
Yeah.
When those first came out, he was doing a lot more screaming, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then he came out and he wanted to do more singing. And he was White Pony came out, more singing. And then he did Crosses, a lot more singing, no screaming in that. But what happened is in that little transition area, he sucked live. He did. There was a time where Chino could not hit those notes.
Really?
Yep. And I don't know if he just went in and reworked it, or if he went and got some vocal training, or if he just wasn't screaming as much anymore. But then the next time I saw him, I was like, holy crap. You know what I mean? He's amazing. And it wasn't just a one-time thing of him sucking either. It was you can watch videos of stuff of him not being able to hit the notes that he's recorded.
Huh.
Bored.
Yeah.
That's a huge note. Digital Bath. Another huge note, and if you can't nail that live, you shouldn't be recording it, you know? So it takes a lot of time. So anyway, with her, going back to Cyndi here, she just wasn't doing it correctly because she didn't know. She just liked to sing. And she's like, well, I'm in a cover band, and I'm just going to sing like these people.
Well, that's why I wanted to get into it, because I know so many people sing in their car and do karaoke, and I'm sure there's a lot of amateur singers out there that are doing TikToks and YouTubes and stuff, and it's I wonder if people actually know the actual science behind it. I doubt they do.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. The biggest mistake that a lot of people make is singing out of their range and singing out of their you know, the key that their voice is. You know, like I have a naturally lower voice, you know, like as I'm talking right now. But I can also sing pretty high. But there's certain notes I'm just like, I can't. There's no way, unless I go into a falsetto or something like that, there's no way I can do that. And I could try, but I'm just going to blow my vocal cords out. Yeah. There's no sense in doing that. So you just sing along, and wherever as long as you're singing in the right key or the right notes, it doesn't necessarily need to be in that, you know, that exact range that they're singing in. You know, just get in that realm and make it where it's comfortable for you, and then just sing along that way.
And that's why Fair to Midland was so amazing. That frontman, oh my God, dude, his range.
Yeah, it was insane.
Oh yeah. I mean, he could go from the low metal scream right up to the highest falsetto.
And his scream was like, and then all of a sudden he's like, nah! Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, it's absolutely insane. And that's hard. That's actually a hard thing to come by.
Sure.
Yeah, like that's really hard and you'll find out too that she has an eight octave range they talk about here in a little bit.
Okay.
Where she can sing like really low or whatever, but she can also hit those big notes. I mean, she had to. Well, okay, so she was recommended to go see a vocal coach. Okay, by her temporary replacement in the Joplin cover band that she was in. The coach's name was Katie Agresta. All right, and she actually helped Cyndi, heal and provided her with the tools and techniques to prevent it from happening again, like breathing correctly, warm up. Oh my God, it is one of the biggest things ever. Every time we'd go on tour or whatever, I'd go out for about 15 minutes before we went on stage, and I would find a song to sing along with and do my warm-ups and sing along. And Wheels, to be honest, from Foo Fighters was my song to warm up to.
Nice.
So I do my my standard warm-ups like the na 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 na, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Do the whole, you know what I mean? Get everything warmed up, because typically if you have the longer the set, the shorter the warm-up.
Really?
The shorter the set, the longer the warm-up, because typically it's the middle of your set when you're going to be at your peak.
Okay.
It's typically how it goes.
Yeah, we would work songs around that, remember?
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Our set list, yeah.
Yeah. So we would make sure that, like, okay, like I'm not going to be as good here, so don't give me the ones with the big notes in the very beginning of the set.
Right.
Let's put those in the middle, and at the end, I could do whatever, because it doesn't matter. We're done at that time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
not that it didn't matter, but like, you know, I can kind of go off script a little bit, and I could scream more and freaking, be all crazy. But the warm up is the biggest thing. Breathing correctly, very, very important.
And I've seen a lot of people not do that. Like literally just like come from the back room and go right up and go.
Yeah, it's crazy to me. Whoa. And some people can get away with it, to be honest. But I mean, honestly, if you talk to vocal coaches and stuff, that's what you should do. And if you ever want to know if you're breathing correctly, you should take each one of your the first three fingers, your thumb and your first two fingers on your each hand. Okay, Logan, do this for me. Okay. Take like this and put it around the bottom of your rib cage, but put this part where your stomach would be. Your middle finger where your stomach could be. Okay.
You look like Superman right now.
Right. So right here, right? Yep. See how I am?
Yep.
So my index finger is on my ribs. My middle finger is right below my ribs where my stomach would be.
That's not where your thumb goes.
And then your thumb is in the back, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So now take a breath. Okay. Did your fingers move?
No.
Right, because you're breathing from your chest. You're breathing incorrectly.
Oh.
Now, next time you take a breath, expand your stomach. That's how you breathe correctly.
It's so uncomfortable.
So now if you breathe from your chest and you go and you try to sing, you're going to lose it faster. If you breathe from your diaphragm, it's going to push a lot more air up through there, and you're going to be able to sustain longer and hit those notes.
Huh.
There you go. You guys just got that.
Very nice.
Interesting.
Correct.
All right.
That'll be $5 on Patreon, please, for your vocal lesson.
For all you listeners out there, your vocal lesson will only cost you $5 over at Patreon. So anyway, her vocal coach, Agresta, also helped her realize that she was singing the wrong music entirely, discovering that she was more suited to pop, not hard rock. In other words, her voice couldn't sustain the raspiness and the aggressiveness of hard rock.
Yeah.
Okay? And some people have a more sensitive, everything, to be honest with you. Like, your voice can be way more sensitive than anybody else. So she kind of guided her towards that. And as Cyndi wrote in her memoir, I realized what I was aching for. This is a quote, sorry. I realized what I was aching for, to sing my own songs, in my own voice, in my own style, that I made up myself. She wanted to do it on her own stuff on her own terms. Right?
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So in 1978, Cyndi met saxophone player John Turry through her manager Ted Rosenblatt. Turry and Cyndi formed a band called Blue Angel, combining a new wave look with a 60s throwback sound, and recorded a demo tape of original music.
So just her and a saxophone player.
Yeah.
That's
interesting.
gold right there.
Yeah.
100%.
Steve Mazarski, manager of the Allman Brothers Band, heard the tape and liked Cyndi's voice.
Logan, what's an Allman Brothers song?
That I don't know what the hell the Allman Brothers are.
Ding-ding-ding-ding-ding.
And it's Allman, Allman, not
Allman.
not Allman.
Allman.
Almond.
Almond Joy.
The Allman Brothers.
Allman Brothers.
So what was the song?
Midnight Rider.
Yeah.
That's one of their popular ones.
I mean, I'm
There was a commercial not too long ago that had that song in it.
Oh yeah, they've made tons of money. Well, Rob Zombie puts in like every one of his movies too.
Oh, it's Allman Brothers.
The Allman Brother.
Allman Brothers.
That's hilarious. So yeah, that's them. So now, and again, they had this band.
Ramblin' Man. All right.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, I know that
yeah,
song.
that's
I
a
know
good
that
He
one.
got it
Yeah.
now.
song. Okay.
So obviously, Steve Mazarski here, the manager of the Allman Brothers, he heard the tape and really liked Cyndi's voice. He bought Blue Angel's contract for $5,000. Okay.
I mean, just to have a saxophone and a singer and then get a contract is amazing.
Yeah.
Right
yeah,
there.
absolutely.
Told
Right?
you, man. It's
Yeah.
gold.
In 1978, $5,000. That's not chump change. It's decent money.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. And then he became their manager. Mm-hmm. He bought out the contract. He's like, I really like her voice, and I want to do this. So, quote, the playing was bad. There was something interesting about the singer's voice, but that was all. He later told Rolling Stone. Mazarski here, the new manager, said a few major record label showcases up, okay, but they all thought the same thing. The band was not great, but the singer was something special. Cyndi was something special. She received...
That's the No Doubt.
Absolutely.
The No Doubt.
Yeah, but her band was good, man.
Yeah.
They were really good,
Yeah.
but they always wanted just Gwen. I mean, that's why they fell apart eventually.
Well, she also wanted to take that pop thing. They really didn't want to go full-blown pop.
Yes.
And I used to love No Doubt. Ugh.
Yeah, same.
So, of course, Cyndi received recording offers as a solo artist, but held out, wanting the band to be included in any deal she made, her and her saxophone player. And I'm sure there was other players in there, not just a saxophone player. She even turned down the chance to record a song by herself for the soundtrack for the Meatloaf movie, Roadie, which I'd never seen
There's
before.
a Meatloaf movie?
Meatloaf's been in a bunch of movies. In other words, he starred in the movie.
He was in Rocky Horror, right?
Rocky Horror Picture Show, yeah.
That's the only one. That and Fight Club are like the only ones I
Yeah.
know.
His
What else
name-
was he in?
He was in Fight Club?
His name is Robert
Yeah,
Paulson.
he's Robert Paulson.
His name
With
is
the man
Robert
boobs?
Paulson.
The guy with the man boobs?
I don't know why I
The
can't
big
remember
guy?
that.
Bob!
Oh, yeah.
You know, because Bob had... Not going to say. Yeah, you guys know it. So anyway, that movie was actually produced by legendary disco song crafter Giorgio Moroder, the founder of the former Musicland Studios in Munich, Germany.
Oh.
So that's kind of cool. It was kind of a big deal, and she still held out. Okay.
Nice.
Blue Angel was eventually signed by Polydor Records and released a self-titled album on the label in 1980. Cyndi hated the artwork for the record, saying it made her look like Big Bird. And you can look up pictures of it. It's pretty funny. Her hair is like... I mean, she always had really crazy hair, but it was like booge. So still, Rolling Stone magazine later included it as one of the 100 best new wave album covers. Yeah, I didn't know that was
they're
a thing.
putting her into new wave music.
Well,
Which
that's
makes
what they
sense
were
for the time.
Yeah, that's what she was.
Yeah.
It was like new wave mixed with like 60s stuff.
It's
So
like Duran Duran.
yeah, that was that
Hungry Like the
era.
Wolf.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey!
Wow.
I like Duran
That
Duran.
is correct.
Look at you.
Do you think he like goes home at night and just like randomly Googles all this stuff so he can come in?
No,
just
I
be
think
like, check this out.
I think he goes home at night and cries himself to sleep.
Listening to Hungry Like the Wolf. Yeah. That's what I do.
Hungry like the wolf.
Do you know another Duran Duran song?
Ooh.
Yes.
Let's just say it's a movie that your daughter likes a lot about a parrot in the Amazon.
Rio?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
He was like,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, yeah, I know that song. Yeah.
So, despite critical acclaim, the album sold poorly. Okay, it went lead. Cyndi once said, instead of going
Lead.
gold, it went
Nice.
lead. Yeah,
Nice.
And then the band broke up. The members of Blue Angel had a falling out with Mazarski, and fired him as their manager. He later filed an $80,000 suit against them, which forced Cyndi into bankruptcy.
Yikes.
Yep, she then temporarily lost her voice again due to an inverted cyst in her vocal cord.
Oh,
Damn.
Yeah. So she's had a lot of problems with her voice.
Yeah,
she really
really.
has, and it sucks too because she's got such a great iconic voice. If you put Cyndi Lauper on, and someone doesn't know the song, they're going to know it's Cyndi Lauper. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Her voice is just so original. So after Blue Angel broke up, Cyndi worked in retail stores, waitressing at IHOP. I mean, why not? Which she quit after being demoted to the hostess when the manager sexually harassed her.
Dude, what the?
Yep, I'm telling you. And singing. She was also singing in local clubs as well. Of course, she never stopped doing that.
That's good.
Her most frequent gigs were at El Sombrero, which sounds like they have amazing chimichangas. Just gonna say.
Yeah.
Let's go down to El Sombrero and check out the
Fajitas.
chick. The steak fajitas.
What was the one on the train you guys did? I had to text you
Original.
because I thought it was the funniest thing. I laughed.
Original.
Original.
I was on the highway heading to work, and I laughed so hard that people are driving by me just staring at me because I thought that was the funniest thing I've ever
The
heard.
original?
Yeah. It was so random out of left field, and I thought it was so funny.
That's awesome. So, again, she was playing all over the place, and music critics who saw her perform with Blue Angel believe she had star potential due to her... Okay, she had a 4-octave singing range, so that's 4 sets of 8.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Okay, so an octave is, the 8 notes.
I didn't know that. I know what an octave is. It's like but
So
no.
that's 8. So if you have a 4-octave singing range, that means you go, what is that, 4 to 8, 32 note differential you can
That's-
actually go to.
That's pretty wild.
That's crazy. That means like all from day to me. You know what I mean? It's nuts.
I bet you're close.
I don't even
think
know.
you're 8, but I bet you're at least 6 for sure.
I don't know. Maybe.
I would say
Well, she was
so.
4, so I'd probably be like, I'm going to say probably about 3. I'd say I'd be 3.
Can I be 0.25?
Yeah, sure. He's like, I'm -6. So, of course, they're saying, man, she's got a great voice. She has an amazing range, and that is not an easy feat to have a 4-octave singing range. Then in 1981, while singing in a local New York bar, Cyndi met David Wolfe. He took over as her manager and had her sign a recording contract with Portrait Records, a subsidiary of Epic Records.
Ooh, good find.
Yeah, Epic that's a pretty good label, a big label at least.
Was it an Epic label?
You suck.
I hope people are booing their videos right now. Yeah.
On October 14th, 1983, Cyndi released her first solo album, She's So Unusual. The album became a worldwide hit, peaking at number 4 in the U.S. and reaching the top 5 in 8 other countries.
Wow.
She became extremely popular with teenagers and critics, partly due to her hybrid punk image, which was crafted by stylist Patrick Lucas. And this is back when she had all the bracelets everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And she had the whole, like, not genie. What is that called when they travel everywhere and they from Romania? What are they called? The
Gypsy.
Gypsies. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
She had a very gypsy look going on. I loved how I knew that they traveled from Romania, but I didn't know the words.
She even had that vibe in her videos.
Yeah.
too, like the trailer and
Yeah,
all
very
that.
very gypsy vibe. Yeah. Cyndi co-wrote 4 songs on She's So Unusual, including hits, Time After Time, that you can hear our version of at the end of this episode and on Spotify, and She Bop.
She bop
I don't remember
away.
that one.
She bop, dip bop, away bop. You don't know that song? I bop.
Maybe if
dip.
I heard it.
It's got a really cool. It's like doom 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 doom. It's a really cool vibe.
Yeah?
It's got this
I'll have to check
running
that out.
kind of vibe to it.
I probably heard it. I just don't.
Oh, I love it.
recognize
I love it. On the songs she did not write, Cyndi sometimes changed the lyrics, such as the case with Girls Just Want to Have Fun, originally written and recorded by Robert Hazard, which you can find on YouTube, and it's actually pretty awesome. Not gonna lie, his version's pretty cool. It's just basically a dude singing "Girls Just Want to Have Fun."
Oh, yeah?
But it's like it's not really poppy. It's more rock.
Yeah,
It's rock pop. It's like I don't know. It's cool.
Girls, they just want to have fun.
not metal.
No, it wasn't like that.
It wasn't Randy Blythe.
That's how it is on every. We'll be in the car or whatever, and like him and his brother and we listen to the songs on our playlist that we
Yeah.
share, and it'll be heavy, and all of a sudden you just hear every time. I'm like, what is that?
I have a new song I wanted to show you after this is
Oh,
all
boy.
done. But
Okay.
it's literally it's this guy who's very gospel-esque when he sings, and he's like really like "La," the whole time. All of a sudden he just goes, "Bleh," and then it starts going super heavy. And
Is it
I'm
like
just
Ghost?
No,
I can't
it's
stand
not.
that
It's
band.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Ghost.
Writing the Future or something like
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, she found the original lyrics misogynistic, so she rewrote the song as an anthem for young women.
Oh, and she made an anthem. That's
She
for
did.
damn sure.
The album includes 5 cover songs, including the Brains' new wave track, Money Changes Everything, which I didn't know that the majority of this record were cover songs. I had no idea.
I didn't know that
I
either.
didn't know Girls Just Want to Have Fun was a cover song.
Yeah, I didn't know
had
that.
no idea. And Prince's When You Were Mine. The album made Cyndi Lauper the first female artist to have 4 consecutive Billboard Hot 100 top 5 hits from one album. The LP has stayed in the top 200 charts for over 65 weeks and sold 16 million copies worldwide.
Wow. She finally made it.
That is making it, folks.
Yes, sir.
Right there, that is making it. You could pretty much do whatever you want from that point on. You just sold 16 million copies. You know what I mean? You're good.
Can you imagine that? Like in our lifetime?
Oh, yeah. I can imagine it. Will it happen? Probably not. I can imagine it, though.
You never know.
I know, maybe. Maybe if our listeners would get out there and support the playlist a little bit and let people know.
Hey.
You know, that'd be awesome. Because
how would they do that easily, Logan?
That's super easy. Just listen to music, duh.
But I mean, if they want to find us.
He's real good at that.
Yeah.
No, if you guys wanted to, there's a playlist, Icons and Outlaws. Just search it up in Spotify. And
now,
that's the group name.
Here's
the
the thing, which I've discovered.
Yes.
If you type Icons and Outlaws in Spotify,
guess what pops up?
You're going to get the podcast as well.
Yeah.
So you have to do a little reading.
Playlist.
Yeah, you have to look.
Which maybe we can rework that a little
Or
bit.
put a different icon. Can we put a different picture for it?
Oh, yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, maybe make it red instead of yellow.
Can we rip off Led Zeppelin's logo and just make it Logan? You know, the angels?
Yeah,
let's make it Logan. Like in the
I could do that.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. Yeah, that'd be fun.
That would be hilarious.
So Cyndi won Best New Artist at the 1985 Grammy Awards. She's So Unusual also received nominations for Album of the Year, Record of the Year, Best Female Pop Vocal Performance for Girls Just Want to Have Fun, and Song of the Year for Time After Time.
Wow.
She wore almost a pound of necklaces at her award ceremony. It also won the Grammy for Best Album Package, which went to the art director, Janet Pear. The video for Girls Just Want to Have Fun, have you seen that, Logan?
Yes, I have, actually.
All right. It won the inaugural award, the first year award for Best Female Video at the 1984 MTV Video Music Awards, making Cyndi an MTV staple.
Wow.
So I think this was before Madonna, because wasn't Madonna like 86?
It would have to be. Yeah, she would have to be before Madonna then.
Let me look that up, because
I
think she popped off at like 86.
Well, it would have to be, because, I mean, if she won the first Best Female Video on
That's
MTV.
What I'm saying, yeah.
So the video featured professional wrestling manager Captain Lou Albano as Cyndi's father, and her real-life mother, Catrine, as her mother, and also featured her attorney, her manager, her brother, Butch, and her dog, Sparkle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Captain Lou Albano is the heavy-set guy in it with the rubber bands in his face.
Oh, yeah.
He was, back when WWF, or WWE was WWF, he was like the guy.
Really?
Yeah. He was so awesome. He had so much like charisma and stuff. He was just fantastic.
Oh, actually, Madonna, she hit it big in 81.
Oh, Madonna did?
Yeah, and I didn't know that. I thought it was later.
For what song?
No. I take that back. I'm sorry. It says she went solo in 1981.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll talk about her in an upcoming episode, I'm sure.
Yes, coming for you to
Holiday.
sing it.
You know the song Holiday?
Hotel, motel, holiday.
No, not that
the
one.
wedding singer?
Yeah.
It would be so nice. Yeah. 1983.
So right before. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now Cyndi was a huge wrestling fan. In 1984 to 1985, Cyndi appeared on the covers of Rolling Stone magazine, Time, and Newsweek. She was everywhere. In addition, she appeared twice on the cover of People and was named a Miss Magazine Woman of the Year in 1985.
Wow.
She was all over the place. In 1985, she participated in USA for Africa's Famine Relief Fund, raising single We Are the World, along with Michael Jackson and pretty much everyone else. And we've talked about that on our Michael Jackson episode. Go on back and listen to that two-parter, right? Which has sold more than 20 million copies. Yeah, 20 mil.
That's it.
Now, she didn't get a part of any of that because it all went to, the USA for Africa. It was a fundraising thing.
Right.
At the Grammys in 1985, she appeared with another professional wrestler, Mr. Terry Hulk Hogan.
Oh, brother.
Who played her bodyguard. Okay. Now, this
Let me
actually
tell you
happened.
something, brother.
This really
Girls
happened.
just want to have fun. Time after time.
So she actually got up on stage at the Grammys with him as her bodyguard, and he was like, the Grammy, she goes, quote, "The Grammy means a lot to me," said Cyndi, in the arms of Hulk Hogan after winning Best New Artist, because, quote, "I never thought I would amount to anything. I always wanted to make art." She would later make many appearances as herself in a number of the World Wrestling Federation, remember that's what they were called before, the Rock and Wrestling Connection events, and I remember these, and played Wendy Richter's manager in the very first WrestleMania event. First WrestleMania.
Get out of here.
Swear to God.
Huh.
Dave Wolf, remember we mentioned him earlier?
Yeah, he's hungry like the wolf, yeah.
Her manager?
Yep.
Right. Well, that's actually her boyfriend now at this time.
Oh.
Was also a huge wrestling fan as a boy and helped set up the rock and wrestling connection. So they were kind of doing this.
Wow.
Yep, there it is. There's the picture. We got to post that up.
That's awesome.
Look at here, brother. This is Cyndi Lauper.
Hey, I have a question.
Sure.
How come the Hulk's hairline has receded in the beginning of his career, but then towards the end of his career, it grows back to his eyebrows?
He's got this thing called Brett Michaels syndrome. Yeah, is what that is.
He's
Yeah.
actually in the news, by the way.
Oh, is he?
Brett Michaels.
Oh, can't wait for the news today. So, in 1985, Cyndi released the single "Goonies Are Good Enough" from the soundtrack to one of the greatest movies of all time, The Goonies, and an accompanying video that featured several wrestling stars. The song reached number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts. I love that movie. I love that song.
Yeah.
She then received 2 nominations at the 1986 Grammy Awards for Best Female Rock Vocal Performance for What a Thrill and Best Long-Form Music Video for Cyndi Lauper in Paris.
Wow.
Now, here's a question. Do you think a thanks is owed to the movie and the director and writer? What was that, Luke? Was it Lucas that did that? Or Spielberg?
Spielberg.
So do you think, like, the kudos and credit go to Spielberg because he made such a good movie that it made that song popular? Or does it go to Cyndi Lauper for making a song that fits so well with that movie? You know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
who gets the kudos on
I
that?
think Cyndi does. And the reason I do is because Cyndi was hot at this time.
That's true.
She was hot, and he's making this movie, and yeah, he was hot too because he'd done was
E.T.
E.T. was out already.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then what was the one with the
Close Encounters.
Close Encounters? I think was he part of? Yeah, he was part of Jaws, right? Spielberg. Yeah,
Spielberg.
I believe so.
Maybe.
I think so. So anyway, he was doing pretty well too. But to get to this is a movie based around kids, kind of for kids. Then you bring this pop icon in who makes this really cool, catchy song. I think it brought more attention to the movie than the movie brought attention to her.
That makes sense.
In my opinion. I don't
Yeah.
know. You know what I mean? But hand in hand, because to me, those are both synonymous with my childhood.
Yeah.
And I could go upstairs right now and listen to that song and watch that movie and be happy.
But I mean, it also kind of happens nowadays too. Like you look at the 21 Pilots and the what's the DC
oh, the movie they did for that?
with Harley Quinn and
Yeah. What's
all
the movie?
my friends are
Heathens.
Yeah, that's what it is.
21 Pilots did Heathens. All my friends are
And that was like the
heathens.
big hit of that movie.
Yeah, what was the, it was the...
What was the movie called?
Was that Harley Quinn's movie?
the one before that.
Suicide Squad?
Suicide.
That's
That's
it.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't watch it because there's a reason behind it. Ugh.
Yeah, well, I'm not a DC fan.
Yeah.
I've watched them all.
But you know what I'm saying? Like how
Yeah.
that song made the movie and the movie made the song kind of thing.
Yeah, but again, I think kind of hand in hand with those two. Now, did it make 21 Pilots more of a household name because of that movie?
Oh,
Absolutely.
Sure. They were a lot bigger prior to the movie.
Huh?
I feel like it didn't really.
They were,
increase.
but I mean that
that movie
made them like a household.
Yeah,
name.
that
Really?
movie put
Yeah.
them in the ears of everybody. Everybody. Because, I mean, it was on the radio constantly.
Yes.
If it wasn't for that song.
And the video was like a montage of the movie
right.
clips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Cyndi released her second album, True Colors, in 1986.
Oh, I forgot about that song.
Great one. It entered the Billboard 200 at number 42 and has sold roughly 7 million copies.
Wow.
Not too shabby. Not 16 million, but not too shabby. In 1986, she appeared on the Billy Joel album The Bridge with a song called Code of Silence. She is credited with having written the lyrics with Joel, and she sings a duet with him. In the same year, Cyndi also sang the theme song for Pee-wee's Playhouse.
What?
Credited as Ellen Shaw. She didn't actually use her real name.
I think I saw this somewhere in like a TikTok.
Yep, in 19... so you guys remember Pee-wee's Playhouse, bumped, bump. She's like, come in, and he's up off a
That's
chair.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's her. It's Cyndi Lauper.
I don't remember that.
It's
at all.
amazing.
That's funny.
So in 1987, David Wolf produced a concert film called Cyndi Lauper in Paris, and the concert was broadcast on HBO. This is 1986. It's still kind of early for HBO.
Yeah, really.
Cyndi made her film debut in August of 1988 in a comedy. Okay, I want to know if either of you, I don't even know why I'm asking you, Jeff,
Yes.
have you seen the movie Vibes?
I don't think so.
It's alongside a woman named Julian Sands, Peter Falk, who played Columbo.
that.
You know Columbo.
Yeah,
he always
yeah.
had his eye like this, and he talked like this to everybody. You know, and a certain Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, Life Finds a Way.
Yeah. And she played a psychic in search of a city of gold in South America. To prepare for the role, Cyndi took a few finger waving and hair
Have you
setting
seen it?
classes. I have seen this.
Yeah? Okay.
It wasn't a great movie. It's watchable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's weird. It's 80s. It's quirky. You know, whatever. So she, took a couple of classes at the Robert Fiance School of Beauty in New York and studied with a few Manhattan psychics. The film flopped and was poorly received by critics, but would later be considered a cult classic. And yeah, I could see why. Like, kids nowadays will go back and look at it because it's corny. It's about, a chick who's psychic and she passes out all the time because she's having psychic visions or whatever. And Jeff Goldblum is a young Jeff Goldblum, by the way. Cyndi then contributed a track called Hole in My Heart all the way to China for the Vibe soundtrack, and but the song was actually not included in the soundtrack. Instead, a high-energy comic action adventure romp through a Chinese laundry video for the song was released. The song reached number 54 in the U.S. charts, but did way better in Australia, reaching number 8.
Wow.
And have you heard that song?
How does it go?
Right now, unfortunately, I've got Extreme in my head right now. that hole in my heart. I can't remember how it goes right off the top of my head. I'll have to see if I can remember. Look it online. Look up YouTube. Just look up "Hole in My Heart" all the way to China. Cyndi Lauper. It's a cool song. It's catchy.
I'm still dumbfounded that I forgot all about True Colors. Like, that was such a huge song.
It is still a huge song, and we will talk about it.
I don't know if you got this in your notes, but when was it Polaroid? One of the camera companies used it.
Oh, I'm sure Kodak or somebody.
Yeah, it was one of them.
I don't have that in here, but I mean, obviously they probably, they do that. They glamour onto something, and then it becomes huge. But her True Colors is actually bigger for a different reason, and we'll discuss that. So Cyndi's third album, A Night to Remember, was released in 1989. The album had one hit, the number 6 single, I Drove All Night, originally recorded by Roy Orbison 3 years before his death on December 6, 1988.
That guy is an icon for sure.
For sure. Can you name me one Roy Orbison song?
I don't even know who Roy Orbison is.
Yeah, that's a pretty obscure one for anybody.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Pretty Woman? Pretty Woman.
Wow, yeah, I know that song. I don't know.
That's Roy Orbison.
He was blind.
An band.
He was blind, and he always wore sunglasses.
Well, he wasn't fully blind.
Right, but I mean...
Legally?
Yeah, he was probably legally blind, but he wasn't like...
He kind of looked like a chubbier Elvis with glasses. Yeah. Like sunglasses on.
They called him the other man in black because there was Johnny Cash and there was Roy Orbison. He was actually also a part of a supergroup called the Traveling Wilburys with one of the Almonds, right?
Okay, so you got George Harrison, Tom Petty, Bob Dylan. I
thought it was one of
Roy Orbison. And who was the last?
Was it Greg Allman?
Probably.
I think
that sounds about right.
I think it was. Yeah. Can you double check that real quick, because I feel like I'm giving false information. Anyway,
why would you have Bob Dylan in your supergroup? By the way, Bob, it's your verse.
Bob Dylan wasn't in that.
Yeah, he was.
No, not in the Traveling Wilburys.
Are you sure?
Double check.
Let me look.
All right. Ooh,
I'm pretty sure it was.
What if you only had one chance, one answer?
All right, you ready?
Correctly.
Yep.
Would you answer correctly?
We have Jeff Lynne, which I think was from the Allman Brothers Band.
Maybe that's who it was.
Roy Orbison. Tom Petty. George Harrison. Jim Keltner, which he's famous for something. I don't
know who that is.
Dahani Harrison. I'm not sure who that is.
That's George Harrison's wife, I think, or son. One of his kids, maybe. Yeah.
And Bob Dylan.
No. What song did he do?
He was in all of them.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. Which is funny because you couldn't tell the difference between him and Petty.
That's what I was going to say. Maybe that's why. Okay. All right. Well, then I give my one. I suck. All right. Whatever.
I am the music trivia
Shut your
god.
face. I'm right there with you.
We know this from bonus episodes.
I'm right. Oh, just because of that. Don't get into that. Let's do hip hop, buddy.
Oh God. Well, yeah, I could.
Yeah. You think
we're doing 90s hip hop?
Yeah. All right.
I got you.
I want the most obscure 90s hip hop bonus episode ever.
Bonus?
We're gonna go head to head, baby. Head to head. All right. So Cyndi received a Grammy nomination for Best Female Rock Vocal Performance at the 1990 Grammy Awards for that track. Still, overall album sales for the album were down. A side note, the music video for the song My First Night Without You was one of the first to be closed captioned for the hearing impaired.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Was that her doing?
I don't know if that was or not. I honestly have no idea on that one. But this record only sold around 1.3 million copies. And I say only just because of ones prior to it. I would be happy to sell 1.3 million copies.
Right.
I'd be happy to sell 1.3 thousand copies.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So due to her friendship with a familiar name here at Icons and Outlaws, a one Yoko Ono.
Who's that? Who's that, Logan?
Yoko Ono. Isn't that a wife of somebody?
Okay,
Yeah.
who?
Yeah.
Jimmy Page.
You suck.
No, there's an awful lot of you sucks today.
Why that name sounds so familiar?
It should. It's John Lennon's wife.
Oh, that's probably why. I was going to say something about
Who's
the Beatles.
John Lennon?
It's like Beatles, yeah.
Okay.
So, due to her friendship with Yoko, Cyndi was a part of the May 1990 John Lennon tribute concert in Liverpool. She performed the Beatles song Hey Bulldog and the John Lennon song Working Class Hero. She was also involved in Sean Lennon's project, The Peace Choir, performing a new version of John Lennon's Give Peace a Chance. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Shortly after, the album was met with a dismal response, and she split with her boyfriend and manager, David Wolfe. Cyndi lived alone in a New York hotel, emotionally drained and considering suicide. Quote, I had come so far but felt like I had failed. She wrote in Cyndi Lauper a memoir, which is her book she put out.
Memoir.
Quote, I would go to the studio and then sit in my dark room and drink vodka. I had to spend most of my time alone. I was grieving. I thought the sadness would never go away. Indirectly, it was Cyndi's best-known song that encouraged her to try to crawl out of her just horribleness that she was in.
Right.
Quote, the only thing that always prevented me from suicide is that I never wanted a headline to read, quote, girl who wanted to have fun just didn't.
Oh, wow.
That's dark.
That is dark.
That's dark.
That sounds like a metal album title.
Yeah. Isn't that like, but I mean, that's what kept her from doing that. She didn't want to be
that's
a
crazy.
headline someplace that dark and dismal.
Yeah.
So on November 24th, 1991, Cyndi married actor David Thornton, who's been in Home Alone 3, John Q with Denzel, and that god-awful tearjerker, The Notebook.
So wait, Home Alone 3, who was he in that?
I don't know. He's probably
What's his name? Dave Thornton?
David Thornton.
Let me look.
Home Alone 3?
Like Thornton Hears a Who.
That's like, isn't that the
That's the one with the totally different kid in it.
young kid?
Yeah. So Cyndi's fourth album, Hat Full of Stars, was released in June 1993 and was met with critical acclaim but failed commercially, unsupported by her label, as always seems to happen if you aren't out there making and I get it, they're a business, and if you're not making the sales they want you to make, they stop supporting you.
He looks like Alec Baldwin or Billy Baldwin on meth.
Ooh. Oh boy, yeah.
Doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks like a Baldwin brother for
Like
sure.
on meth, though.
Yeah.
You know, like just.
Yeah.
So the album, and this may be another reason why the label wasn't really into supporting it. The album tackled topics like homophobia, spousal abuse, racism, and abortion. So it sold fewer than 120,000 copies in the U.S. and peaked at number 112 on the Billboard charts. The album song, Sally's Pigeons, it's a video for it, features the then unknown Julia Stiles playing a young Cyndi. Anyone know who Julia Stiles is?
I can't stand her.
No? Well, you may remember Julia from the movie 10 Things I Hate About You, alongside Heath Ledger.
She's also in that one with Matt Damon, where where is he? He's
Matt Damon.
he's the super guy. Not the super guy, but he's the CIA's chase.
The
unborn,
Born Supreme, or
she's
Born Identity.
She's the girl that he falls in love with. In all those
Wait,
movies.
that's her?
Yeah.
I don't know. She doesn't look familiar to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
I love that movie, though. 10 Things I Hate About You.
So in 1993, Cyndi...
Sorry, I just love that movie.
Are we?
That was... Okay.
All right. That's interesting.
Yeah?
Why is that interesting? It's an amazing movie.
It's first of all, it's well beyond your. Well, no, is it?
No, that's probably in his
90s,
wheelhouse.
right?
Yeah, that's in his wheelhouse.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just grew up with it.
No, that's early 2000s, dude.
Is it really?
For sure. That's got to be like 2000.
No,
I'm going to say...
99.
98, 99?
I mean, I've
I'm
seen
going to say
it like
2000, 2001, maybe?
Hold on, I got you. 10 Things
Oh,
I
boy.
Hate About You is a 99 American romantic comedy.
99,
Wow.
okay.
I said 99. I'm so smart.
That means you were 4.
Yeah? Look, the first movie I remember, all right?
There you go. All right.
So Cyndi returned to acting in 1993, playing Michael J. Fox's ditzy secretary in the movie Life with Mikey.
I remember that now.
Do you?
Yes.
I don't remember that movie.
Yeah,
I do not. Oh, that's crazy. She also won an Emmy Award for her role as Marianne Logasso in the hugely popular sitcom Mad About You with Paul Reiser and Helen Hunt. Do you know who Paul Reiser is?
He's a guy.
Dr. Owens.
He's Dr. Owens from Stranger Things.
I've never seen Stranger Things.
Oh my God, why are you even here? Jesus.
You never watched?
No.
Really?
Yeah. I
You
don't
ever
like
seen Aliens?
the movie?
Yep.
Yes.
He's the guy that tries to trap the alien to sell it to bring it back.
Oh, fuck.
With the vest.
Yeah. Okay.
On November 19th, 1997, Cyndi gave birth to her son, Declan Wallace Lauper Thornton. who is now a trap rapper.
What the hell is a trap rapper?
You can actually look him up online.
I need to know this too, because I see a lot of this trap stuff. What does that mean?
It's just a style of hip hop where I believe, and you can.
It's not like the mumble rap.
No, it's like a dubstep fusion, isn't it? It's like.
What do you mean?
Like trap, the music quality of like what trap is.
Because I've heard of like trap hop or trip hop or something.
It says.
Well, trip hop is a little different than trap.
Yeah. Trip hop's like that acid stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
So trap is a subgenre of hip hop music that originated in the southern United States during the early 2000s. The genre gets its name from the Atlanta slang word trap, a house used exclusively to sell drugs. Jeff's face.
I guess. I don't know.
His face is just like, what?
So it's drug rap. All right, cool.
So we're gonna make a music genre around that.
Okay. Well, it says trap music uses synthesized drums and is characterized by complex hi-hat patterns, tuned kick drums with a long decay. Okay?
Here's a secret.
So it's an 808 drum machine, basically.
Here's a secret. Everything is synthesized drums these days.
Yeah.
so
And lyrical content that often focuses on drug use and urban violence. That's what trap is.
Oh, okay.
And now you know.
So her son is.
He's a trap rapper. Yeah. You can actually look him up. Yeah. So her fifth album, Sisters of Avalon, was released in Japan in 1996 and worldwide in 1997. And unfortunately, just like Hatful of Stars, or not unfortunately, sorry, some songs on Sisters of Avalon addressed darker themes. The song Ballad of Cleo and Joe addressed the complications of a drag queen's double life. The song Say a Prayer was written for a friend who had died from AIDS. Unhook the Stars was used in the movie of the same name. Again, without support from her label, okay, because obviously they don't want to touch any, social social points.
Risque.
Yeah, whatever. Boy, I couldn't even think of a word there. I'm like, use points. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. So, of course, they didn't want to. So the release failed in America, spending a week on the Billboard album chart at number 188. This album also received much critical praise, including People magazine, which declared it, quote, 90s nourishment for body and soul. Lauper sets a scene, makes us care, gives us hope. Let's just say it. Her label sucks, all right?
Yeah.
And she's trying to use her music to, like, make a
statement.
Make a statement,
Here's the problem. So the label scooped her up thinking girls just want to have fun, millions of dollars, poppy, anthems.
Bubblegum.
Exactly.
Yep.
And she's wanting to do, like, meaningful music now at this point in her career.
And they're like, nah.
No, we want money.
Right.
So
and it happens a lot.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, hell, look at the Beatles. Beatles, perfect example. They started off doing pop, and then it's like, well, let's change things.
Well, every band,
but I guess they were still huge.
And this is where you come to the sellout. Oh, they sold out.
Yeah.
Like Limp Bizkit and all those other bands. Like
I know, like Limp Bizkit comes out with $3 bill, y'all. It's amazing. And then they were trying to inform us about Nookie and give us this heartwarm, what we should be, worried about in the world. And everyone just
Fred
fell
Durst
apart.
starts singing. Like, why are you singing?
I know.
But this happens with
Easy to look right now.
This happens with a lot of bands. They get coined into look at Aaron Lewis.
Yeah.
When Stain first came out, they threw down, man. They were amazing.
Oh, Mud Shovel?
They were awesome.
That whole record.
Next thing you know, they find out that this guy can sing and he can sing good by himself. And now
you got Nickelback.
Every single song, it's like Nickelback. Every single song now.
Yeah, he's also another one though that's very political with his stuff now because he's switched to country. And
why do people do that?
It's I don't.
It's a quick fallback thing, I guess.
Not only that, but country's popular, extremely popular.
I feel like singing country
is it country?
Relatively easy to.
Or is it pop music?
Well, it's pop country. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Let's just call it what it is.
It's not country western.
Crap.
That all opinions are based solely on Jeff's opinions there.
Yes.
So if you happen to be a country listener,
you tell me one good country pop song, and I'll show you a song that can destroy it in 2 seconds.
Easy.
Yeah, but that's all relative though. That's all it's opinionated, opinion based. So what you like and what someone else doesn't like. You know what I mean?
As far as I'm concerned,
I know people that hate Deftones, dude.
I know, but as far as I'm concerned, on the subject of country, Darius Rucker is amazing.
Of course, but he wasn't originally country.
Brad Paisley is amazing. And I'll even give it to Keith Urban because he's really talented.
Yeah, he is.
I like his brother better, but go ahead.
Other than that,
speaking of which, I have a cousin who's a drummer for Keith Urban.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Other than that, the rest is just garbage to me. Like that Florida Georgia line is all crap.
It's all.
How is Florida Georgia line crap?
It's because
it's poppy crap.
No, hold on.
It's a bunch of guys in tattoos like, hey, we're country.
Original Florida Georgia line was awesome because they were very like vocal, and then they sold out and started doing stuff.
I don't know. Maybe
Nelly
it's
and
a
stuff.
generational thing for me because like
I just think you don't like country.
Was Randy Travis and Patsy Cline.
That's country western though. Things have changed and everything. There are still those out there. Like, have you ever heard Wheeler Walker Jr.?
No.
You ever heard him?
No.
Just everyone out there, do yourselves a favor. Go onto Spotify, find Wheeler Walker Jr., and just play his top 3 songs. And don't do it in front of children. And then let us know what you think about it. Because he is extremely vulgar, but he's country western. I mean, he's bad.
Yeah.
He's got a song called F.U.B.
Oh,
yeah.
boy.
It's like, you broke my heart. F.U.B. It's messed up, but it's hilarious.
I guess I just don't understand the whole. And I try to have an open mind. You know me, I like a lot of different stuff, man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand it, I guess.
I'll put it in this way from a different kind of context. Take the musicality out of it. Take, like, if you said it's easier to sing, and maybe some of it is, and maybe it's easier to play, maybe some of it is, but some of those country guitarists are crazy.
Well, that's why I said Brad Paisley's amazing.
Paisley.
Have you
nuts,
ever
dude.
tried playing any country song on Guitar Hero? Like, dude, it's like one of the highest difficulties possible.
Well, my point is that I think maybe it's more accepting to have a political or religious point of view and be able to have those social points that you want to make in country versus it's accepted over there.
Yeah.
I think I know what it is for me
I
personally.
think that's what it is.
I think for me personally, I like groove. I like rhythm and groove, and there is none in pop country.
Yeah.
There is none.
It's mostly cookie cutter crap that's all done by the same guys, and it all has the exact same format, and the exact same vocal melodies. And nowadays, it sucks.
The emphasis on that music is the lyrics
and
the singing. Whereas I like groove, rhythm, and music, like the music part of it. And to me, that's why I call it crap, because it's three chord just
right.
You know.
And again, your opinion, totally. You can have your opinion, but I actually enjoy some country.
Yeah.
Not really the new stuff nowadays, but like, the older stuff, dude. Shania Twain was amazing.
Yeah.
I would listen to Shania Twain all day long.
I like
Yeah. And plus, you know what else country music has? And for all you single guys out there, country music has a lot of girl fans. A lot.
Yeah.
Or should I say women fans, because girl sounded weird. A lot of women fans. So
Would
if you ever go
they
to...
just want to have fun?
Of course they do. If you ever go to a country concert, I'm going to say 80% of them are going to be women, and they're going to be in cowboy hats with their cowboy boots and their little Daisy Duke shorts on or whatever.
Not to jump completely off the bridge here or anything, but when it comes to like the male country singers, though, when they all like they have this like really deep raspy voice when they sing, like it kind of just sends little goosebumps down, you know? No?
So you don't go to there for the girls, is what you're saying.
I like some of the
songs. So back to Cyndi over here, which we're going to circle back to country, by the way. So on January 17, 1999, Cyndi appeared as an animated version of herself in The Simpsons in her episode Wild Barts Can't Be Broken. She sang the national anthem too, Girls Just Want to Have Fun melody.
Nice.
This is amazing. That same year, she opened for Cher's Do You Believe tour. Do you believe?
God.
Alongside Wild Orchid. Yeah, that group with a very young Fergie in it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Fergie was in Wild Orchid?
Fergalicious was in Wild Orchid, yeah.
Wow.
That's before she came into the
Black Eyed Peas.
Black Eyed Peas.
And before she peed her pants on stage.
Yes.
Yeah, happens.
Black Eyed Peas originally had a different singer, and one of their first singles that came out, and I can't remember it off the top of my head right now. I love that song. After that, I wasn't a fan of Black Eyed Peas, but it's like
like
true...
Don't Stop the Party or something like that?
It's something like that.
Yeah.
No, it's The Weeknd.
The Weeknd?
When the weekend comes, the weekend comes.
Oh, yeah,
Y'all
yeah.
till your mama come and your papa come. Dude, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I could play it right now because it's just such a great song.
You just did.
Even the hook is awesome in it. So anyway, moving on. Cyndi also appeared in the films Mrs. Parker and the Vicious Circle and The Opportunists. In addition, she contributed to the soundtrack of the 2000 animated film Rugrats in Paris, the movie, performing the song I Want a Mom That Will Last Forever. Aww.
I love the Rugrats.
And August 12th, why did you sound like the creepy dude from...
You sound like the old guy from Family Guy.
Wasn't he Rupert?
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Herbert.
Herbert, that's his name, yeah.
Popsicle.
That's pretty good.
Oh, boy.
Add it to the whistle.
You got to get in there.
What a popsicle. Yeah, a little better.
Yeah, there you go. So in October of 2012, or October 12th, 2000, Cyndi took part in the television show Women in Rock, Girls with Guitars, performing with Ann Wilson of Heart, and with the girl group Destiny's Child, with the Queen Bee herself.
Wow.
A CD of the songs performed was released exclusively to Sears stores from September 30th to October 31st, 2001, and was marketed as a fundraiser for breast cancer.
What is Sears?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty much. You're dead on with that.
Yeah. That's called Amazon Killed It, is what happened.
Yeah, because like all of our father's generation are all kicking themselves in the ass for buying all those tools with the lifetime guarantee.
Yeah,
Now Sears is gone.
Sears is gone now.
They're like, what am I going to do with all this craftsman stuff?
Yeah. Did you know that Sears and Roebuck back in the day, it started back in, late 1800s, early 1900s. You could buy houses on there. Anything you wanted to buy, you could buy at Sears.
Doing that in 1950s, I think, is when they stopped doing that.
Whatever it was.
Because they literally would send out ads to your house so you can buy them. Yeah,
It's just crazy.
You built them yourself. They just dropped a big ass pallet off and you just built it.
How amazing would that be?
Yeah.
Like, I need a new house. Hey, Sears, can I get a 2-bedroom, 2-bath? Do you mind? I just think that's kind of cool.
That'd be awesome, actually.
So in 2002, Sony issued a best of CD, The Essential Cyndi Lauper. Cyndi also released a cover album with Sony Epic Records entitled At Last, formerly Naked City, which was released in 2003. At Last received 1 nomination at the 2005 Grammy Awards for Best Instrumental Arrangement Accompanying Vocalists. For Unchained Melody. The effort was also a commercial hit, selling 4.5 million records for doing a bunch of covers.
That's pretty good.
I
know, right?
Anyway.
One day.
Yeah, one day. In April 2004, Cyndi performed during VH1's benefit concert Divas Live 2004 alongside Ashanti, Gladys Knight, love me some Gladys Knight, Jessica Simpson, not so much, Joss Stone, and Patti LaBelle. This event supported the Save the Music Foundation, a nonprofit organization dedicated to restoring instrumental music education in America's public schools and raising awareness about the importance of music as part of each child's complete education. I'm going to get in touch with them, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
I would love to have them a part of the show and us, maybe we do some donation thing for Save the Music.
Nice. That's
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
I think that'd be awesome because I feel like we need more of that in schools and they're taking it away.
For sure.
And music is such a fundamental part of at least my life.
Yeah. And I mean, if they'll take Jessica Simpson, they'll take us, right?
Very true. So yeah, we're going to reach out to the Save the Music Foundation. So she made appearances on Showtime's hit show Queer as Folk in 2005, directed a commercial for the totally 80s edition of the board game Trivial Pursuit in 2006, served as a judge in the 6th Annual Independent Music Awards, and made her Broadway debut in the Tony-nominated The Threepenny Opera playing Jenny. Busy woman.
Oh, yeah.
Busy. In addition, she performed with Shaggy.
Nice.
Shaggy.
It wasn't me.
Bombastic.
I'm Mr. Bombastic. Now you fantastic. Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't. Yeah, he didn't do it. It wasn't me, was it?
Yeah, that was him. Yeah, that was him.
That was Shaggy.
Yeah.
It was
me.
Yeah.
Well, because there was another guy who was doing the singing parts, and he was doing the
Yeah. I hate that song just because it totally promotes just cheating, and it's just horrible. I hate the song.
I mean, I hate the premise of the song, but I like the song.
Yeah, of course you do. So she also performed with Scott Weiland.
Ooh.
What bands were Scott Weiland in? Logan.
It's not Led Zeppelin, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I know, we just did Stone Temple Pilots, right?
Yeah, good job. As well as Velvet Revolver. Also played with Pat Monahan of Train, Annie DeFranco, and the Hooters in the VH1 Classics special Decades Rock Live.
Not a fan of Train. Never
Really?
happened. Yeah.
I like old Train.
They're talented.
I like old Train.
I will give them the talent, but it's not my thing.
I like them
It's too Dave Matthews for me.
Oh, yeah. See, their old stuff I loved because it was just like that kind of like country, lighter rock. But then they were like, hey, let's be pop. And I'm like, meh. So I'm out after that. In 2006, she sang Message to Michael with Dionne Warwick and Bee Charmer with Nellie McKay on McKay's Pretty Little Head album. So she's all over the place. On October 16, 2006, Cyndi was inducted into the Long Island Music Hall of Fame. In 2007, she served as a guest performer on the song Lady in Pink on an episode of the Nick Jr. show The Backyardigans.
What?
I figured he knew that. See me look at him when I said that?
He was shocked, too.
That's awesome.
Her 6th studio album, Bring You to the Brink, was released in the U.S. on May 27th of 2008. Regarded as one of her best works when it was released, the Songwriters Hall of Fame has regarded the album track High and Mighty as one of her essential songs. The album would be Cyndi's last release to date of original material. This is back in 2008, so no more original material. In addition to being her last for Epic Records, her label since her 1983 debut, the one with all the great hits on it. So the album debuted at number 41 on the Billboard 200 with 12,000 copies sold. Yeah.
It's more than we got right now. So it's pretty good.
Yeah. So in other words, shut the fuck up, right? Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. So other projects for 2008 included the True Colors Tour and a Christmas duet with Swedish band The Hives entitled A Christmas Duel. Yeah. The song was released as a CD single and a 7-inch vinyl in Sweden. Cyndi also performed on Girls' Night Out, headlining it with Rosie O'Donnell.
Sorry, I had to get that out.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh my God. On November 17th, 2009, Cyndi performed with Wyclef Jean in a collaboration called Slumdog Millionaire on The Late Show with David Letterman.
Oh.
In January 2010, Mattel released a Cyndi Lauper Barbie doll as part of their Ladies of the 80s series.
What?
That's kind of cool.
I know, I kind of wish I had that, to be honest with you. I would totally have that up there. I'm not even joking. I would collect that.
Definitely.
That's cool.
Cyndi Lauper, for sure.
Heck yeah, man.
In March of 2010, Cyndi appeared in NBC's The Celebrity Apprentice with then future president, Donald Trump.
I remember that. I watched that. I forgot all about that.
You're fired.
You're fired. You're fired. She came in 6th place on that one.
Oh.
So in Cyndi's 7th studio album, Memphis Blues, it was released on June 22nd, 2010, and debuted on the Billboard Blues Albums charts at number 1 and at number 26 on the Billboard Top 200. The album remained number 1 on the Blues Albums charts for 14 consecutive weeks. Memphis Blues was nominated for Best Traditional Blues Album at the 2011 Grammy Awards. According to the Brazilian daily newspaper O Globo, the album had sold 600,000 copies worldwide by November of 2010. In addition, Cyndi set out on her most expensive tour ever. Or extensive tour. The Memphis Blues Tour, which had more than 140 shows.
Was that the one you went to?
No, that was 2010. I just went a couple years ago.
Yeah, I thought. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was just a few years ago. No. Yeah, no, that was a different tour that she did. It was amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. And I have seen her live, which is kind of cool to say.
Yeah.
She's so good. So good live. So much energy for being her age and just nailing every song she was singing, and still has that accent when she talks to people.
Nice.
She's still got that Brooklyn thing going on, except it's really high pitched. I can't get that high. So Cyndi then made international news in March 2011 for an impromptu performance of Girls Just Want to Have Fun while waiting for a delayed flight at Aero Park Jorge Newbery in Buenos Aires. A video was later posted on YouTube. So yeah, while she's there at the airport, she's saying Girls Just Want to Have Fun. It's amazing. It's amazing. You got these guys just walking, rock stars or whatever, walking in with their glasses like, leave me alone. She's like getting an entire airport to sing Girls Just Want to Have Fun with her.
Can you imagine it? I feel like that's like the safety dance thing going on. She's just running around the airport. Girls just want to have fun. Like the whole time?
The safety dance video is by far the best video of all time.
And it's one of the most 80s thing of all time.
By far.
That and Devo.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two right there are if aliens came down and they were like, what was music like in the 80s? You play the safety dance and Devo, and that's it. That's all you need.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So in November 2011, she released 2 Christmas singles exclusive to iTunes. The first release was a blues-inspired cover of Elvis Presley's classic Blue Christmas. It's gonna be a blue Christmas without you. You know that one?
No, actually,
Didn't think
You've
so.
heard it. You had to have.
No, I know White Christmas. That's like one of my favorite Christmas songs.
If we could
That's
play
Bing
it-
Crosby.
If we could play it, you would be like,
Yeah,
oh,
you'd
I've
know.
heard it.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's a big one.
A blue.
Yeah. Right?
Close, yeah.
Okay, cool.
And the second was a new version of Home for the Holidays, a duet with Norah Jones. Norah Jones is amazing, by the way. Great voice, man. She's amazing. In June 2012, Cyndi made her first appearance for WWE, formerly WWF, in 27 years to promote WWE Raw's 1,000th
Daffy Duck?
yeah. Shocker. Their 1,000th episode to memorialize Captain Lou Albano, which I thought was pretty cool.
That is
Yeah,
pretty
because
cool.
he was in the video, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
In September 2012, Cyndi performed at fashion designer Betsy Johnson's 40-year retrospective fashion show. She also released a New York Times best-selling memoir, I mentioned earlier, Cyndi Lauper, a memoir, which detailed her struggle with child abuse and depression. Cyndi then composed music and lyrics for the Broadway musical Kinky Boots, with Harvey Fierstein writing the actual book. The musical was based on the 2006 independent film Kinky Boots. Okay, the musical tells the story of Charlie Price. Having inherited a shoe factory from his father, Charlie forms an unlikely partnership with cabaret performer and drag queen Lola to produce a line of high-heeled boots and save the business.
Kinky.
That's Kinky Boots.
Huh.
And it's been revered forever. I've never seen it. I don't really know anything about it, but everyone says it's amazing.
Huh.
Like, yeah, it's supposed to be really good. So it opened in Chicago in October of 2012 and on Broadway at the Al Hirsch Theater on April 4th, 2013. She won Best Score for Kinky Boots in May at the 63rd Annual Outer Critics Circle Awards. The musical led the 2013 Tony Awards with 13 nominations and 6 wins. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good, yeah.
Including Best Musical and Best Actor. In addition, she won the award for Best Original Score. Cyndi was the first woman to win solo in this category. First woman ever to do it.
Wow.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, she broke a lot of boundaries and stuff.
really.
Man. She was just amazing. After a 6-year run and 2,507 regular shows, Kinky Boots ended its Broadway run on April 7th, 2019. It is the 25th longest-running Broadway musical in history, and it grossed $297 million on Broadway.
That's a lot of money.
That's some scratch.
A little bit.
There's some scratch. I like that. In the summer of 2013, celebrating the 30th anniversary of her debut album, She's So Unusual, Cyndi embarked on an international tour covering America and Australia. They love her in Australia. The show consisted of a mix of fan favorites and the entirety of the She's So Unusual record, which would have been awesome to see. She stated, quote, "It's been such an amazing year for me. When I realized it's also the anniversary of the album that started my solo career, I knew it was the perfect time to thank my fans for sticking with me through it all. I'm so excited to perform She's So Unusual from beginning to end, song by song, and can't wait to see everyone." The tour grossed over $1 million. Not too shabby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's grossed, too. So that means take home. So not too bad.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Yep. She was a guest on 36 dates of Cher's Dress to Kill tour. So she's back out with Cher. Do you believe? Anyway, starting April 23rd.
I always think of Will Ferrell in that. Was that movie? When they're
Oh my God!
you know what I'm talking about?
Land of the Lost.
Yeah, and he's got that orb thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Him and the other guy. What's his name? Ken. What the hell's his name? I can't remember the guy's name now. But anyway, they found the big thing, and he was like, "Oh, touch this! It shakes." And they're like, and then they start going, "Do you believe?" It's just amazing. And so, in addition, a new album was confirmed by her in a website interview. Okay, Cyndi hosted the Grammy pre-telecast at the Nokia Theater, LA, on January 26th, and later that year, accepting a Grammy for Kinky Boots for Best Musical Theater Album, still winning awards for this.
That's awesome.
On April 1st, Cyndi released the 30th anniversary edition of She's So Unusual through Epic Records. Man, I wish I had this, and I'll tell you why. It featured a remastered version of the original album, plus 3 new remixes. The deluxe edition featured bonus tracks such as demos, a live recording, and a 3D cutout of the bedroom featured in the Girls Just Want to Have Fun music video.
That's pretty dope.
With a reusable sticker set.
That's pretty dope.
Like what was the color form?
Yeah, it's probably, I would imagine.
80s
Yeah.
where you could,
Of course it would be. It's Cyndi Lauper. It better be. Yeah. On September 17th of 2014, Cyndi sang on the finale of America's Got Talent. Then on September 25th, as part of the Today Show Shine a Light series, she re-recorded True Colors in a mashup with Sarah Bareilles' Brave to raise awareness and money for children battling cancer. By October, the project had raised over $300,000.
Wow.
Wasn't that song in one of her other ones in the Trolls movie? Didn't they redo it for the Trolls movie?
They may have.
Yeah, Trolls Just Want to Have Fun, yeah.
But I mean, didn't they do True Colors too?
Yes, they did. Yeah, that's the duet.
What's her name?
between,
Anna Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick.
Did it? Yeah.
And Justin Timberlake, yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say that. I thought that was in that movie.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Yes.
The Songwriters Hall of Fame added Cyndi to its nomination list in October of 2014. Also, her 4th consecutive Home for the Holidays benefit concert for homeless gay youth was announced in October. Acts included 50 Cent and Laverne Cox, with 100% of the net proceeds going to True Colors United.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
In July 2015, she announced a project with producer Seymour Stein. She later told Rolling Stone it was a country album co-produced by Tony Brown. Yep, told you, buddy. Full circle. On September 15th, 2015, Kinky Boots opened at the Adelphi Theatre in London's West End, so now it's over in London.
London.
Yeah. In January 2016, Cyndi announced she would release a new album on May 6, 2016. This record was made up of her interpretations of early country classics entitled Detour. So it's a country cover album that she kind of made her own thing of. The announcement...
Ask Steven Tyler how country went for him.
Yo, but go without... that was bad.
He went country?
Yeah, well, he at least put a single
for like
out.
a month.
Yeah, I heard the single and watched the video, and I'm just like, nah. The announcement was supported by a release of her version of Harlan Howard's Heartaches by the Number and a performance on Skyville Live with Kelsey Ballerini and Ingrid Michaelson. Then on February 17, 2016, she released her version of Wanda Jackson's Funnel of Love, which is just, I don't even know how to take that song title. I don't. Funnel of Love? I don't know I don't know what to say about that. In February of 2016, Cyndi was nominated for an Olivier Award for contributing to the UK production of the play Kinky Boots again, along with Stephen Oramus, the man in charge of the arrangements. In January 2017, this production's album was nominated for the Grammy Award for Best Musical Theater Album, still winning awards.
Yeah, she's just cleaning house.
Crazy
with all this stuff.
Crazy. In May of 2016, she was featured on Swipe to the Right from Electronica 2, The Heart of Noise, an electronic album.
Wow.
Yeah, she actually did this. The second album of the Electronica project is based on collaborations with artists like Tangerine Dream, Moby, Pet Shop Boys, and many more.
Wow.
That might be something you might want to check out.
Moby's cool. I like
Because
Moby.
I know you're into the whole electronic thing. Right? I mean, kind of. In October 2016, her son Dex Lauper was the opening act for her in Scottsdale, Arizona, and Las Vegas, Nevada for her dates on her Detour tour. How do you think that went over? Trap music and then Cyndi Lauper playing country right after.
Oh, probably would have been an amazing show.
It's pretty wild there. That's a
It's a mashup right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a mashup.
if they were giving free drinks away, I'm sure it wouldn't fine.
Spiked with something else.
Right. In January of 2017, Cyndi was featured in Austin City Limits' 42nd season, performing some classic bangers alongside some of her country tunes from the Detour album. The episode actually aired on PBS. And in March of 2018, it was announced that Cyndi and Time After Time songwriter Rob Hyman would compose the score for the musical version of the 1988 film Working Girl. Do you remember that movie?
I remember 9 to 5, but I don't remember Working Girl.
Working Girl. It's the movie that starred Melanie Griffith and Sigourney Weaver.
Ooh.
Who was the guy in that?
Was it? It wasn't Richard Gere. There's no way they would not put Richard Gere in that after Pretty Woman.
Was it the guy that was president in Independence Day?
No, maybe
Bill
Pullman.
Pullman, is that his name?
Yeah,
Was that him?
I don't
Was he
think
in
so.
that?
I don't know.
Or was it Harrison Ford?
It might. Oh, yeah. It
Was
was
it Harrison
Harrison. I
Ford?
think it was Harrison.
Okay,
Ford.
so I have seen that then.
Yeah. So basically, Melanie Griffith was she was a lady of the night. Okay.
Do you know what that means, Logan?
A prostitute.
Well, we don't call them that.
Yeah.
We call them now. They're what's the official title?
Escorts.
Sex workers now. I believe is what they're called,
Oh.
right? Isn't that what they're called?
Yes.
Or whatever it is. And then she came into an office setting or whatever, I believe is what happened. So it was basically like...
It's like Pretty Woman, but in an office,
yeah,
basically.
Yeah.
Huh.
She teamed up with, Cyndi here, teamed up with Hyman because, the guy we were talking about here, the songwriter here, because she wanted the music to sound like the 80s. Mm-hmm. And the musical would be staged by Tony Award winner Christopher Ashley. And the developmental production premiere of the musical is planned for, they say, last year to this year, but I haven't seen anything about it. I've looked online and I couldn't find anything.
Go yeah.
For Grandin Road, Cyndi exclusively designed her own Christmas collection, Cyndi Lauper Loves Christmas. And she is a huge fan of Christmas, by the way. Available from September of 2018. Quote, "I've always loved Christmas. It reminds me to find some happiness in the little things," she said.
Do you think she likes the Mariah Carey song?
Probably not.
Yeah.
They got to stop playing that song, dude.
I've worked in the mall
Ugh.
and
I
retail
can't
for
believe
too
that
long.
that's like the number one out of all time. Like, it beats Bing Crosby. I mean, all time.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Mariah
I don't get
Carey
it.
is a star.
Yeah, she's something. And we'll talk about her one of these days.
Yeah, I can't
So-
wait for you to do one of her songs.
Oh, yeah, it'll be fun. Oh, I'll do something cool.
Yeah.
I'll do like Dream Lover or something. That's a great song.
Either that or what was her first one where she hit that super high,
The Whistle? Oh,
that
God.
super high note?
No. I'm going to bypass that one. Yeah.
Sounds like she's screaming, basically.
And
Like,
you guys will be posting the next day. We're sorry, but Jonathan has died. He tried to hit that Mariah Carey note, and his head exploded.
yeah.
So her annual Home for the Holidays concert at the Beacon Theater in New York was held on December 8th, 2018. Cyndi then guest starred playing a lawyer in an episode of the reboot of the television series Magnum P.I.
Oh,
Magnum P.I.
Yeah, the episode titled Sudden Death aired on October 22nd, 2018. On November 15th, 2018, Billboard, so the Billboard's, website, whatever, announced that Cyndi would receive the Icon Award at the Billboard's 13th annual Women in Music event on December 6th in New York City.
Wow.
According to Billboard's editorial director, Jason Lipschutz, quote, "The entire world recognizes the power of Cyndi Lauper's music, and just as crucially, she has used her undeniable talent to soar beyond music, create positive change in modern society, and become a true icon." Absolutely.
Oh, show.
The song Together was featured in the Canadian computer-animated film Race Time, released in January 2019. Originally written and performed in French by Dumas, Cyndi performed the English translation in the English version of the film, initially titled Le Course des Tucs.
Yeah?
You like that?
That was pretty
That
good.
is pretty good.
Le Course des Tucs. Sorry, French listeners. On January 26th of 2019, she performed at the opening ceremony of Stonewall 50 World Pride New York City 2019, backed by the Hollywood Bowl Orchestra. Cyndi played 2 concerts on July 12th and 13th at the iconic Hollywood Bowl. That'd be awesome to hear her in front of a whole orchestra.
Oh, could you imagine?
In September 2019, it was announced that Cyndi would star alongside Jane Lynch in the new Netflix comedy series described as kind of the Golden Girls for today. However, as of right now, I looked for it. There's nothing, no updates or anything on there.
That would have been pretty awesome.
That would be pretty cool.
I looked for it and I couldn't find anything. So, on April 23rd of 2020, Cyndi participated in an online fundraising concert to raise money for the LGBTQ nightlife workers who struggled financially because of the coronavirus pandemic. Her finale was her performing True Colors. The show was initiated by the Stonewall Inn Gives Back nonprofit organization of the historic Greenwich Village Gay Bar. So she's really into the LGBTQ community and gay rights and everything else, which is amazing.
Yeah.
In November of 2020, she duetted with former top 10 American Idol finalist Casey Abrams on a cover version of the song "Eve of Destruction." I don't know who that is.
The name sounds awfully familiar.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I didn't even look that one up. No offense. No offense to Casey, whoever that is. I was just
let's be
involved in
honest.
this.
There's been 40 American Idols.
Yeah.
And, we're over it.
Yeah, dog. So in November of last year, Shay Diamond featured Cyndi as a guest vocalist on the track "Blame It on Christmas." An official video was released in December. She then performed at this year's Music Cares Person of the Year tribute show honoring folk icon Joni Mitchell on April 1st. Yeah. That's crazy. She's still performing. It was announced in May this year that Allison Elwood would direct a career retrospective documentary about Cyndi and her life. The project is already in production but does not yet have a release date. Let the Canary Sing will be the title of this career-spanning documentary produced by Sony Music Entertainment.
So it's not a biopic, it's an actual documentary.
It's a documentary, which is going to be cool.
Yeah.
She's still killing it after all these years.
Really?
You know what I mean? Absolutely. So just a couple little final things here. She's So Unusual ranked number 487 on Rolling Stone's list of 500 greatest albums of all time in 2003. In addition, the album ranked number 41 on Rolling Stone's Women Who Rock, the 50 greatest albums of all time in 2012. Time After Time has been covered by over 100 artists. We're one of them.
Wow.
Yep. And was ranked at number 22 on Rolling Stone's 100 best songs of the past 26 years.
It is a great song.
25 years. I don't know why I said 26. that'd be obscure, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
The last 27.3 years.
And 4 months.
And in 4 months, 6 days, 7 hours, and hold on, what time is it? 5 minutes.
Yes.
And it also, Time After Time, was number 19 on VH1's 100 Greatest Songs of the 80s.
Nice.
Of course it is. It's a classic song.
Yeah.
Time After Time.
She Bop, this is awesome, by the way, and I didn't know about this. She Bop, the third single from She's Unusual, okay? Remember me talking about that?
Oh, yeah, I love
She
that song.
Bop, be bop, be bop. And I told you got to listen to it. We're going to listen to it when we get done with this,
Okay,
Jeff,
yeah,
just so you can hear the doom, 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 doom,
I'm
doom,
sure
doom,
I've
doom,
heard
doom.
it, but it's just been...
It's amazing. So it is the first and only top 10 song to directly mention a gay porn magazine.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
That is weird.
It's just weird. An ode to masturbation, it was included in the PMRC's Filthy 15 list, which led to the parental advisory sticker appearing on recordings thought to be unsuitable for younger listeners.
That's
So
hilarious.
that started the sticker?
It was part of it.
I thought I Touch Myself when I think about you was the...
No, this is way
No,
before that.
really?
Yeah.
Actually, I thought it was, to be honest with you, I thought it was Rex and Effects. Not Rump Shaker, but Banned in the USA.
No, that's not Rexon. That's
You know what I'm talking? Or Two Life Crew?
Two Life Crew.
Yeah, I thought
That was part of
they
it.
started the sticker.
They part of it. They were part of it, and they were the ones that were going up. Luke, Luke.
Yes.
He was all part of it, and yeah, it's
But you know what I'm talking about, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
I actually watched a little bit of that when I was younger. It's
Yeah.
crazy. I can remember that. Rolling Stone ranked She Bop as the 36th best song of 1984, praising its unusual playfulness regarding sexuality. I had no idea that it was basically an ode to masturbation.
Never would have known
Wow.
And I've been listening to that song since I was a kid, walking around like, Dee-bop.
Yep.
And here I am talking about taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
that. Yeah, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
So True Colors is now considered a gay anthem, after which True Colors United, which advocates for advocates for runaway and homeless LGBTQ youth, is so colorfully named.
This week in music news.
Well, it's a slow week this week in the news, but we have a couple things. So, first of all, Bret Michaels.
Oh yeah, we
You know
mentioned
who
him
that
earlier.
is?
Yeah.
Singer Poison.
Oh, I was going to see.
He
It's,
would. I don't think he'd ever get
something
it.
something like a rose, right?
Rock of Love.
Yeah, they did that.
Are you talking about Every Rose Has Its Thorn?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that.
So, he was mysteriously hospitalized
Oh,
last night.
really? Last night?
Yeah, but he's texting from the hospital, so they didn't release what it was. He just says he can't wait to get back and rock the place. So
Oh, okay. So
who knows? I mean, he's up there.
I just saw a video someone posted of like last week, him up on stage, and he's actually still killing
I
it,
saw
dude.
that on TikTok.
Yeah,
yeah,
he's still killing it.
Yeah,
So when Jeff says yesterday he was hospitalized, today is actually July 2nd of 2022. So on July 1st he was hospitalized. Okay.
yeah. So who knows what? I mean, we just saw Travis Barker go through. I don't know if you saw that in the news. He was rushed to the hospital for pancreatitis because he just had a colonoscopy that triggered it.
Oof.
Damn.
So he got hospitalized and everybody was freaking out, but so there's that. And then moving on, obviously this is a kind of a no-brainer, but Stranger Things, the soundtrack is #1 everywhere.
Shocker.
They're doing that like curated playlist for everybody.
Yep,
based
and
off the
everybody on
show.
that playlist is making some cheddar.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean,
oh
they're-
yeah.
Dude, I saw
Leaning.
Scorpion was on there for one of them too. Like
Hurricane.
like a hurricane. Yeah.
Is that on there?
Yeah.
Really?
It's like different for everybody.
That
but
was
yeah.
in the first episode of this of Volume 2.
I really enjoyed the them doing the separate ways, the way they did that. They
That
made it,
was really
They made it
cool.
sound creepy. All those
It was
toms,
really
just like
good,
doom,
yeah.
doom, 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 doom.
Not a fan of the Metallica part. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'm just saying
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. I thought it was cool. It added some whatever, but I agree with what you said.
Yeah, would
I agree
never-
with what you
never
said.
happen.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I got here was I thought was interesting. You'll like. It's about Weird Al. You remember Beck?
Beck, yes.
He used to do the song
Loser,
Loser,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
Devil's Haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 turntables
And a microphone. Yeah.
He just had an interview and he says he regrets not giving Weird Al permission to do a parody of Loser.
Aw.
He says at the time he thought it would be career suicide.
Dude. All right. So in saying that, now Weird Al has to do a cover of Loser.
Right.
Heck yeah.
Or his version of Loser.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know
his
what I mean?
biopic's all done. It's coming out soon. With
Yeah, and that's
Daniel
got
Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe, yeah. I'm
And
actually-
I've seen clips of it. It looks hilarious.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I love me some Weird Al. That's coming up soon. I can't wait to do that. So is that our news?
But the moral of the story is if Weird Al wants to do your song,
Do it.
Let him do your song.
Do it.
I don't care who you are.
Yeah. Do it. Absolutely.
He
man.
makes it better. every time.
Absolutely.
Every time.
That's who said that? I think it was the Red Hot Chili Peppers when they allowed him to do
The Flintstones.
Under the Bridge.
Or Give
Was
It
it-
Away.
Give It
Was
Away. Give It Away.
It was all about the Yabba Do.
Yeah,
now.
yeah, but do now. They said that when Weird Al asked to cover or do a rendition of their song, that they knew they had finally made it.
Yeah.
That's awesome,
right.
though.
You know, because I mean, think about it. Like he did Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit,
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson's Eat It,
a couple
yeah.
Michael Jackson. He
Yeah.
did Eat It and Fat.
Yeah.
Bad.
Oh, yeah.
Who's fat? Yeah.
Yeah.
My butt is wide. You know, it's just so good, dude.
Coolio?
He
Gangsta-
Yeah.
Amish Paradise?
he
Amish
wasn't
Paradise.
happy about that, by the way.
Coolio?
Really?
Yeah, if you look it up, Coolio didn't know that he was going to be like turning, because it's supposed to be like a serious song, and he turned it into Amish
And I
Paradise.
guarantee you, Weird Al got more plays and streams than Coolio did.
I don't know. That was a
Guarantee it.
big
That is
song.
a big-
It was.
Gangsta's Paradise was
But
huge.
Amish Paradise was really
I
big.
love it. It's still good. People still play it at the bar all the time. I never hear Gangsta's Paradise unless it's playing on VH1.
Exactly.
Yeah. So No, it's the news, huh?
That's the news this week. Nobody died.
That's good.
Yay!
Yay!
Everybody cheers to
Yay,
that.
cheers to that.
Yay.
Cheers to nobody passing away that we know of. I'm sure somebody did, but we just don't know about it. So,
Right.
Anyway, so that was Cyndi Lauper. Holy moly.
Wow.
What a great, great career. And she's still going. She's still moving. She's been rocking for, 40 years now?
Hey, man.
Definitely an icon.
Yeah.
Wants to have fun.
She's just, she's having the most fun she possibly can, considering kind of what she had to deal with when she was younger. I mean, she dealt with a lot. So, listen, that was Cyndi Lauper. Make sure to follow, like, and subscribe to all of our social media channels. Just search for Icons and Outlaws wherever you listen to your favorite podcast and connect with your favorite people. We produce another amazing podcast called The Midnight Train, and if you're into unsolved true crime, the paranormal, or anything mysterious, you can actually laugh at all the craziness in it. We think you'll actually like it, so get on over there and check it out. You can find links to that and all the other great content we're putting out over at accidentaldads.com, our centralized network hub, including all of our socials. Make sure you follow us on TikTok, on the Twitter, on the Instagiggle,
Chat Snap.
Face.
I believe it's called Meta,
whatever it is. Facebook. Anyway, we're all over there, and if there's something that you want us to be on and we're not on there, let us know, and we will make sure to do that. Lastly, please consider supporting both shows by signing up to be a Patreon producer over at patreon.com/accidentaldads, or just go to iconsandoutlaws.com.
That's where it's at, to be honest. I mean, how many shows have where if you're a patron, you get everything. You get everything from both shows. Like, that, to me, is awesome.
Yeah, you get
And
double the
more
bonuses. We just dropped the F that guy.
I was going to ask you.
And it was about a really, really horrible person named the BTK Killer.
Oh.
And we went through that, and I actually have audio footage of him describing in court everything that he did. It's pretty messed up. So anyway, there's that. And for our bonus episode for this week, I think we're going to have a little competition, right?
I believe so. It's going to be something with the country. No. No.
That'd be amazing. Oh, why don't we do that?
Maybe.
Either way, get on over there and support the show. It's $5 a month, and you get all kinds of bonus content, as well as a bunch of cool stuff that you can get, and discount codes and things like that for merchandise, which I'm working diligently on. Still playing catch up from Ireland. So listen, thanks for listening to our episode on Cyndi Lauper, an absolute icon. And in the immortal words of Cyndi, understand where it is you want to go. Then picture yourself there. If you can't picture yourself there, then you can't be there. Bottom line. Hey there, listener. We hope you enjoyed our song. And remember, you can listen to it anytime you want to on Spotify, Apple, or anywhere else you listen to your favorite music. Just look up Icons and Outlaws. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.